to begin with, I want to talk about what they're talking about right now. They said in elementary school they checked our DNA, and when they realized that I was mixed, they changed towards me. That isn't true. Everyone knew from the moment I started elementary school in 3rd grade at St. Helena's that my mother is clearly mixed. That's the thing. They keep talking about it, but I don't understand why it's an issue. They tend to say one thing and then do another thing. And that's part of what I've been saying about their personality assessment. When you deal with people who tell you one thing, like look you right in the eye and say, this is this, and then you see them do the opposite, and when you call them out on it, they gaslight you, meaning they say, you're nuts, I didn't say that, what are you talking about? It's like, that's a big issue. When they're talking about why some things I can forgive and why I can't forgive others, is when you try to convince me that I'm crazy, and then you go on to tell other people that I'm crazy, and then you come back to me as though it never happened, that is the very definition of crazy making. And I'm going to call this video crazy making. I thank people who are leaving comments, and when I'm using it as thumbnails, it helps me, but I think it helps talk about this issue. That when you have people who deliberately make you crazy repeatedly, not once, not twice, but over and over again, over decades, those aren't your friends, and those aren't people you should be around. They say keep your enemy close, but your friends closer. They don't let you have real friends because they get right here and they stay right here. And their crazy making drives good people away. I used to tell someone this. It's so important that we talk about this. They keep talking about, I talk about the old ways. I used to love being with the older people when I was a kid. They were so smart. And they didn't need fancy educations and degrees and none of that. They were just smart. It was like their smarts, it seemed to me like it was, they were born with it, but no, they would tell me no, they learned. And that's part of what I hope to do with this channel, that as I try to get to a point where I separate from all of this craziness and focus on this channel being about life, the lessons I've learned, hopefully solving some problems, and I will eventually try to get monetized and go back to normal. I hope that you guys see I've learned. I wasn't born with any of this knowledge. I don't think anyone is. But when going back to what the older people used to tell me is, in life, people make mistakes, but don't keep repeating the same mistake, because that is the very definition of crazy, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If it didn't work with someone the first time, don't keep going back. And when they used to explain this to me, I was like a kid, so I didn't have the life experience to fully understand. When someone does something to you and you tell them, listen, you did this and it hurt me, and they don't